A dramatic explosion shook Ferrari at Monza. Lewis Hamilton's assertive voice combined with his car's telemetry data stunned the engineers immediately. The numbers on the screen were not just numbers. They were a shocking signal that could change Ferrari's strategy for the season. The question is, what secret is hidden behind this surprising data? Let's discuss it.
The roar of the Monza crowd in 2025 was deafening, but nothing could have prepared Ferrari for the shock that unfolded on the track during practice. Lewis Hamilton, renowned for his precision and depth of experience, had taken to the circuit with a focused determination that sent tremors through the Ferrari garage. From the moment his SF25 cut across the timing line at staggering speeds, the telemetry screens came alive with data that immediately demanded attention. It wasn't merely the raw numbers that stunned the engineers, it was the story they told, one that defied every expectation set by simulations, forecasts, and Ferrari's own understanding of their car. Monza, a circuit steeped in Ferrari history, was supposed to be a stage for Italian dominance, yet Hamilton's insights revealed an entirely new dynamic that threatened to redefine the team's strategy for the remainder of the season. Throughout the early practice sessions, it became clear that Ferrari's traditional vulnerabilities were being rewritten. The SF25, a car previously known for its temperamental rear-end behavior and fragility under high-speed load, now displayed a poise and stability that even the engineers found difficult to believe. Hamilton's timing through Lesmo 2, a notoriously tricky high-speed corner, highlighted an unprecedented control over the car. Where Max Verstappen's Red Bull had traditionally held a clear advantage, the Ferrari now matched and in some moments exceeded that performance. Monza was no longer just a test of engine power and top speed. It had become a battleground of precision and finesse, with the SF25 proving itself unexpectedly formidable. For Ferrari, the implications were immediate and profound. Hamilton, whose frustrations with car development had been evident since Barcelona, was finally driving a machine that aligned with his vision of consistency and responsiveness. Behind the garage doors, this created a delicate shift in dynamics. Charles Leclerc, Ferrari's young prodigy and long-term project, had to confront the uncomfortable reality of being outpaced by his experienced teammate. Privately, Clark acknowledged Hamilton's superior performance in sectors 2 and 3, recognizing the 7-time world champion's unparalleled ability to extract maximum performance from the SF25. This acknowledgement, though unspoken publicly, hinted at the subtle yet critical influence Hamilton would begin to exert on the team's development trajectory. Hamilton's impact was immediately visible on the track. During qualifying, he delivered a pole position lap of 1.112, an unprecedented pace in Ferrari's hybrid era. The cheers of the Tifosi echoed through Monza, their excitement a reflection of both speed and hope. Yet the moment of triumph was undercut by regulatory misfortune. A 5-place grid penalty for an incident at Zandvoort relegated Hamilton to start from 6th position. Ironically, Clark benefited from this penalty, moving to the front row and positioning himself directly against Verstappen. Ferrari's internal dilemma crystallized instantly. One driver possessed the pace to dominate the weekend, yet team strategy and regulations forced a division of focus. The race itself became a study in contrasts and tactical complexity. Clark fought valiantly at the front, attempting to hold his position against the relentless pace of Verstappen. Meanwhile, Hamilton surged from the middle of the pack with controlled aggression, quickly reaching 4th place by the 2nd lap. Telemetry confirmed that Hamilton's rear tyres, stabilized at 108 degrees Celsius, were performing dramatically better than the overheated tyres that had compromised the car at Zandvoort. His ability to consistently deliver fast laps underscored both his mastery of the SF25 and the extraordinary improvements achieved by the car itself. Clark, however, struggled to match this pace, revealing the stark reality that Ferrari's internal hierarchy was becoming a liability on track. Red Bull, keenly observing Ferrari's internal dynamics, executed a calculated strategy. They called Verstappen, in early to force Ferrari into a reactive position. Hamilton, confident in his pace and strategic insight, immediately requested to be prioritized, demanding over the radio that the team use his pit stop to cover Verstappen rather. then Clark. Yet Ferrari, favoring the conservative approach, prioritized Clark in an attempt to maintain the front position. The decision, however, backfired, allowing Verstappen to execute a perfect undercut on Clark. Hamilton's delayed stop further compounded the issue, as he rejoined behind McLaren and Mercedes cars, losing precious time despite an inspired series of overtaking maneuvers that thrilled the crowd. By the end of the race, Ferrari's promise was partially realized and partially undermined. Hamilton's relentless pace allowed him to finish second, significantly closing the gap to Verstappen, while Clark's fourth-place finish highlighted the consequences of strategic compromise and internal politics. The team had demonstrated the SF25's capability to challenge Red Bull directly, but they had also exposed their vulnerability to internal conflicts that undermined optimal performance. The garage, often a place of celebration, was instead filled with quiet contemplation. While a second and fourth place finish appeared respectable on paper, it underscored deeper organizational issues. Most critically, the tension between recognizing experience versus nurturing potential. Hamilton's telemetry became a symbol of Ferrari's internal debate. His consistent and efficient lap times illustrated not just technical superiority, but a clear roadmap for maximizing the car's potential. Clark, though talented, could not replicate this combination of precision, strategic foresight, and adaptability. The broader consequences for the championship were stark. Verstappen's lead widened to 42 points, reinforcing Red Bull's advantage, while McLaren's pressure in the constructors' standings loomed, with only 27 points separating them from Ferrari. Every strategic decision, internal alignment, and driver prioritization would have amplified effects on the season's outcome. Monza, therefore, became a microcosm of Ferrari's season. On the surface, it was a story of speed, tire management, and technical excellence. Beneath that, it revealed the intricate dance of politics, personality, and decision-making within a team. Hamilton, with his wealth of experience and unmatched ability to interpret car behavior, emerged as a central figure, not only in shaping car setup, but also in influencing strategic priorities. Clark, while the future of Ferrari, was reminded of the necessity to align performance with immediate competitive realities. The clash of individual brilliance and organizational strategy was as palpable in the pit wall as it was on the high-speed straights of Monza. Looking forward, the Monza weekend highlighted critical questions for Ferrari. Should they fully embrace Hamilton as the leader of their World Championship bid, leveraging his insights for car development and race strategy? Or should they maintain a delicate balance, nurturing Clark's long-term potential at the risk of compromising immediate performance? These questions, amplified by championship pressures, underscored the complexity of running a top-tier Formula One team where talent, ego, and technical excellence intersect in unpredictable ways. The SF25 had finally reached a level of competitiveness that could challenge Red Bull directly. Yet Ferrari's internal dynamics posed a strategic threat potentially greater than any rival team. Hamilton's performance also reflected the importance of experience in high-pressure environments. His ability to extract maximum performance from the SF25, adapt to evolving race conditions, and influence team strategy exemplified the value of seasoned leadership. Clark's struggles, while part of a natural developmental arc, highlighted the fine line between potential and immediate impact in Formula One. The Monza narrative, therefore, extended beyond lap times and tire temperatures. It illuminated the interplay between human decision-making, mechanical engineering, and championship strategy in a sport where every second counts. As the season progressed, Ferrari's choices would shape the trajectory of the championship. Hamilton had proven that he could lead with both data-driven precision and instinctive racecraft, establishing himself as a critical asset. Clark, while talented, faced the dual challenge of meeting immediate performance benchmarks and navigating the subtle pressures of team hierarchy. Verstappen's growing points advantage, coupled with McLaren's close pursuit in the constructors' standings, added urgency to Ferrari's decision-making. Every pit call, aerodynamic tweak, and tire management strategy would need to reflect a carefully calibrated understanding of both technical and human factors. Monza 2025 ultimately illustrated the intricate, interdependent nature of modern formula. One competition, Speed and efficiency on track were inseparable from team cohesion, leadership, and strategic foresight. In the end, Monza 2025 served as both a triumph and a warning. Ferrari had unlocked the SF25's potential, validating months of development work, tire management optimization, and aerodynamic refinement. Yet the weekend also exposed the subtle but consequential effects of internal politics, driver hierarchy, and strategic decision-making. Hamilton's performance was a clarion call for the team to harness experience and data-driven insight, while Clark's struggles underscored the ongoing challenge of blending emerging talent with immediate competitiveness. As the season unfolded,